So we're live again. Right, problem I had earlier on was when I was going into StreamYard and doing me things on my rifle, I didn't have them set. Oh, you like that one, did you? Never again. Yeah, the problem, I'm just doing a bit of a test here because what it is when I've been doing me videos with the air rifles on, YouTube has been basically kicking me off saying I've broken YouTube infringements, whatever it is. It's not telling me it's age restrictions, it's just telling me that I've broken some restrictions. And all I'm doing is changing, rubber seals in an air rifle. And I watch videos on YouTube where they're actually going out shooting, they're shooting rabbits, shooting different animals and stuff like that. And all I'm doing is doing a bit of maintenance on a bloody air rifle. And YouTube's been chucking me off, and I've been trying to find out how to set the age restriction on StreamYard, and there doesn't seem to be anything on it where you can set it. But I think what you do is if you set up your stream to go live but don't go live yet, and then go to your YouTube account to where that basically that thumbnail is of the video that is going to go live, then you click on that, you can then put the age restriction on it. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do in the future, and that should make it work. I don't think, now that I've actually gone live on this, I don't think I'm going to be able to show you what I mean. But it just seems a bit of a problem with StreamYard. I'm sure I've done it before, that when I've clicked onto it, there's been a bit there to actually do the age restriction thing on it. I'll have to speak to Junk Shop. Junk Shop will know how to do it, because I'm assuming that that he's got his age restriction set on his. Because I don't see what I'm doing wrong. But it's twice now that when I've gone live, YouTube's literally just took me off and said, no, you've infringed this, that, and the other. But I don't tell you specifically what you've done wrong. They're not telling me it's an age restriction thing. I'm just assuming that's what it is because I've got nothing else on it. It's just me talking and I'm just patting about with an air rifle. So I'm hoping now I've sussed it out. I think this one that I'm on now is age restricted. Can you set the default to 18 plus? No, that's what I've been trying to find. That's what I thought. That basically anytime I go live, it'll be defaulted as 18 plus. I mean, there might be some setting in there, but I can't seem to find it. And like I say, I'm sure that before when I've gone, because when you go live, it can be public, like personal. So it's like just only you can watch it. I thought if you click on the public bit, that would then have the age restriction on it, but it doesn't. But I seem to believe that it did in the past. But I need to suss it out, because it's going to cause problems whenever I do anything with me air rifles on it. But I think this is the way around it, is to set up the broadcast, don't go live, go to your YouTube account, go onto the thumbnail of the one that is going to go live, and then do it. Then give me a second. Yeah, I will do. Because it's getting frustrating. It's happened 2 or 3, well, at least twice to me now. There was once when I was on with the music analyst, and we were talking about all sorts of things. We were talking about conspiracy theories, but nothing. And we must have been on about an hour. And to be honest, we started talking about Donald Trump. And the next minute, I was chucked off. He says, hang on a minute. He says, we're not live anymore. And it was on my account. When I looked on it, no, we've been chucked off. And I got a warning basically saying you've violated YouTube's terms and conditions or whatever. We haven't played any music on it. We haven't. All we've been doing is basically just me and him talking. As soon as we got onto Donald Trump, we were chucked off. But again, I put in a thing to basically ask why, and YouTube basically sent me a standard email back saying that it can take some time due to COVID, blah blah blah, to get any reply back, and sometimes you don't get a reply. I never did get a reply. Basically, no, that video was taken down, and to this day, I've got no idea why. And the only thing I can think of now is age restrictions, because some of the stuff that's on YouTube is bloody horrendous, really. Some of the stuff even I don't want to frigging see. And you click on something, you think, oh, Jesus, should have been a bit of a warning on that. And I'm talking about replacing seals in an air rifle, and I'm getting kicked off. Like I say, there's plenty of videos out there with people actually going out there shooting and whatever. I mean, I don't even think that should be on. I mean, I'm into shooting and stuff like that, but I don't think that should be on YouTube where just anybody can watch. But it's there. I talk about replacing a rubber seal, and I'm kicked off for violating YouTube terms and conditions. There's no wonder. There's been a few people I've been speaking to. Sounds like you've got the only way to do it. You can set it to not made for kids, but you can't restrict it by default. Yeah, I think you're right. But I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could at some point. You can, if you go into YouTube Studio, prior to going live, you can restrict that one. But YouTube Studio is, it's horrible. You can't change between cameras. Like what I was doing earlier on, I had this camera that I've got here, I had sat down at the side, and then I could flip between the two. So if I take this camera off, in fact, I'm actually on the default camera. So if I go to my camera settings now, while I'm live, I can change the camera. So I can put this camera over there, click on that, and we're on that camera. You can't do that with YouTube Studio. Integrate a camera, back to that one. Yeah, you can't do that with the YouTube Studio. You're stuck with the camera that you're on. So yeah, I think the only way to do it is to set up your broadcast, go to YouTube Studio, find the thumbnail for the broadcast that you're going to go live on, go into the settings on that, and then do the age restrictions. If you forget to do that, and you talk about Trump, conspiracy theories, religion, bloody air rifles, believe it or not, rubber seals replacing on it, they took you off. So yeah, I think I've sussed it out. So I thought I'd just come on and give it a test. I'm going to go back to it and see whether I can see whether this is age restricted. Will it show me on me? I don't think it will. But it's frustrating. And YouTube, you're not doing yourselves any favours at all. If it's an age restriction thing, you would think that YouTube would just go, hang on a minute, that's age restricted. Just tap there, press a button and just make it age restricted, and then send you a message, and rather than just chucking you off because you're replacing rubber seals, and some 15-year-old kid might see a rubber seal that's going to go in an air rifle. Doesn't seem to make any sense. One watching, click on it. Don't tell me what it is. Click on it, will it? No, don't tell me. It is though, because I set it as age restricted, so that's the only way to do it. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, I'll jump off, and the next time I do one thing with my air rifles, I'll have to remember. Well, when I do anything, I'm just going to automatically set it as age restrictions, because you don't know what sort of. I mean, I'm not being funny. You could literally not set age restriction on it. Probably use your e-cigarette, and that would be deemed as age restricted. It seems that ridiculous. If replacing a rubber seal gets you kicked off, then I'm sure smoking an e-cigarette, or actually having a cigarette, or probably even drinking a glass of beer or something, would probably get you kicked off. Anyway, I've got 2 people watching. Don't know what the second one is. But anyway. Right, never again. Cheers for coming in. And I'll catch you all later. I'll end this broadcast now. And have a play about in StreamYard and mess with the settings. Smoking doesn't. Yeah, it just, I can't fathom them out. Vaping is still okay. Right, so I can vape, I can smoke, I could probably drink a glass of whiskey, not have it age restricted, but don't think about replacing a rubber seal in an air rifle. Guns they hate. Yeah. And that's why there's loads, and some of them are really big channels that are now going to other platforms, and a lot of people are going to do the same thing if YouTube's going to act so stupid. Guns they hate, silly buggers, but I'm not monetized. No, and I'm not interested about being monetized either. I'm not interested in being monetized. All I'm doing, I do it basically for my own pleasure, so that stuff's recorded, and if other people are interested, they can come and watch it. That's it. I'm not interested about making money on it. I'm never going to be a big enough platform. I'm not professional enough to do out like that. So no, I'm not interested. I'm just Anyway, that's enough of my whinging about YouTube. I might do what Vince has done and move to a different platform where Vince, that's what he's done for music analysts. He's now starting to go to different platforms to get away from YouTube. YouTube think they're that big, but YouTube, you're going to get a shock. Nobody's that big that you can't be forgotten about. People will forget about YouTube if they're not careful, and they'll go elsewhere. Other platforms can soon become as big as you. Anyway, again, I'm whinging. I'm on nights tonight. I need to go to bed. So I'll catch you all later. I'll end in broadcast now. Bye.